Hi, in this video we are going to sort a list of numbers using merge sort. Merge sort is actually quite intuitive. It goes like this. If the list has more than one element, split the list into two halves. Sort both halves separately. Then merge the two sorted halves into a single sorted list. Sounds simple enough, right? This is a good time to pause the video if you'd like to try typing it up yourself. Alright, let's start. So I create two lists first for testing purposes, and as stated above, these lists are going to be sorted already, but will contain different elements. And from this part we are going to get a list of elements that is in the correct sorted order. For that I will use a result variable. Now what do we do here? We need to figure out which is the first element to put into this result, and we'll use a condition to do that. If there is elements in the first list and the second list is either empty or the first element in the first list is smaller than the second element in the first list, then we can take the element from the first list and just append it to the result. Let's just do that using Python's pop method. And otherwise, if this condition does not hold, the smaller element is on the second list, and there is indeed an element in the second list at all. So we need pop that. And this puts one element to the result. So if we like to take all the elements from both lists, we will have to put this into a loop. We will repeat this operation while there's elements in the first list or while there's elements in the second list. And this gets us the result that we are looking for. Now let's make this more visible by adding some small logging. So I have two lists, and you can think of this as addition. So just adding list 1 and 2 will get us the results of this operation, which is going to be the result itself. We need to take the first half of the log before the loop, because we are popping the elements from those lists, and so both of the lists will be empty when this loop finishes. So this is our merge operation. Let's take a look at this in action. There you go. The two test lists are merged into a correct one single list. Alright, so this is our merge operation. I call it that as a function that receives two lists, L1 and L2, and then it returns the result. There you go. Okay, now let's go to the merge and sort aspect of this sort. For this we will need a function, because it is splitting and merging lists recursively if it is still having more elements than a single element or no elements at all. So for that, let's declare the function first, merge sort, which gets an array, and then let's attend to the first condition. If there is just one or none elements in the list, then we consider this list already sorted. Otherwise, we will have to split it into two halves. For the intents and purposes of this video, I will just take the middle element of this list and split it into two halves with the Python array methods. So starting from the beginning to the middle, and the second list is going to be starting from middle to the end. Okay, this is a split operation, so let's print the result of this operation for better understanding of what's going on. So this we call split, splitting the input array into list 1 and list 2. Now since we call this split, let's call the merge merge, so that we have better output. The next piece is simple. We will need to do the merge sort for both L1 and L2 and then merge the results. So merge the results for the merge sorted L1 and the merge sorted L2, and this is going to be our end result. Alright, let's call this function to see if it actually does what we are looking for it to do. So pass in the numbers. This function actually returns the sorted numbers as a new list. It's not sorting in place. And let's print it too. So the sorted list is sorted numbers. And let's run it to see if it goes as we expected. Now, as you can see, it splits the bigger array into smaller ones, and the small ones it starts to put together as a sorted list. And at the end, the final merge, two sorted smaller lists are put back together into the size of the original list with the elements in the correct ascending order. This is it. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. See you!